I think we can all agree that his play calling has been bad this year. Really, since halftime of game one, the offense has been bad. And the question is, there's only two scenarios here. One, Kyle Shanahan has lost his touch. He was good 2 years ago. He's not good anymore. Happens to coaches all the time. Mike Martz was good for a while, then he wasn't. Chip Kelly had his moment, and then he fell apart. The league caught up to him. He didn't evolve. That could be what's happening with Kyle Shanahan. The other thing that could be happening is he's mailing it in. And I don't know. I'm going to go with option one, that he's lost his touch, because option two is really bad. I mean, if he's mailing it in, they need to fire him now, and really he shouldn't be ever employed again as a head coach. You can't do stuff like that. I mean, Bill O'Brien did something like that, right? Did Bill O'Brien say in his book that he was trying to get the Texans to fire him at the end? That's why he was doing. So I guess it happens in the NFL. Bill O'Brien did it in Houston. I would hate to think that Kyle's doing that here. So let's just talk about him losing his touch, not being as good as he used to be. Well, where's the evidence of it? How about the fact that in week 2, they scored 7 points in the first half against the Eagles. In week 3, they scored 7 points in the first half against the Packers. Week 4, they scored 7 points in the first half against the Seahawks. And then week 5, they scored 0 points in the first half against the Cardinals. Seems to me that doesn't matter which quarterback is in. This team has a terrible game plan. Only time their game plan was good was when they faced the Lions, who had no freaking idea what they were doing. First-year coaching staff in the first game act like they'd never seen the Niners offense before. Other than that, the Niners offense has been terrible, especially early in the game. They've made some adjustments to get points on the board later, but 4 weeks in a row, their game plan has been awful. And their players have said, well, we haven't been prepared for this front, for that look, for this thing. There's that. The fact that the offense can't score in the first half. Then, look at this last game for Trey Lance. You have a rookie quarterback, the youngest quarterback in the history of the NFL since 1970. The last 50-something years, 51 years, making a start. And your game plan is to put the game 100% on his shoulders. You don't use the running backs. They played well. Elijah Mitchell averaged 4.8 yards per carry, only got 9 carries. So, 85% of the time there was a play, it was either Trey Lance passes or Trey Lance runs. Is that a smart way to structure a game plan for a rookie making his first start? It seems to me if you want to make things as hard as possible on him, which is what Kyle's been doing since preseason, if you want to make things as hard as possible on us, a great way to do it. And he did. I thought Trey Lance played admirably given the fact that he was in empty formations with no extra blockers all day, having to protect himself and make plays. Did he show his inexperience? Of course he did. Of course he did. But he battled, and he wasn't given a good game plan. I don't like the way Kyle Shanahan called. If CJ Beathard was out there, that's not how Kyle Shanahan calls plays. When CJ's out there, or, if Nate Sudfeld plays next week, you'll see a lot of handoffs to the running back and a lot of quick play action throws on the move, rolling left and right. They do it all the time for CJ. They would do it for Nate Sudfeld, not for Trey Lance, apparently. For Lance, you have to do everything on your own, and everything has to be extremely difficult. No passes over the middle of the tight end. Yeah, Ross Dwelly's our most sure-handed receiver, and he just runs 10 yards and turns around, and he's 6'5", and he has these great hands, and you can just throw it to him. And we're not going to do that until the third quarter, after Grant Cohn makes a big point about it on Twitter, because Kyle doesn't make adjustments until he reads my Twitter feed. That's what I'm thinking. I think his play calling is indefensible this year. The people who think Kyle Shanahan's a good coach always point to his play calling. It's been bad. He didn't know how to call plays for Trey Lance. He set him up to look worse than he is. The offense has terrible scripts every game. Usually, teams with offensive geniuses come out hot. The thing with Chip Kelly, when he was on this team, they would actually score points in the first quarter. They were a good first quarter team. Defenses would adjust to the tempo of the Niners offense, how the up-tempo, fast-paced stuff. And then they would adjust. The Niners wouldn't adjust and get shut down. The second half, this team is different. This team, every week, whatever they think they're going to do, whatever they thought they saw on film, whatever they thought would work, they come into the game and they're like, damn, well, that didn't work. So now we have 7 points at halftime. What are we going to do? I don't know. Either he's mailing it in or he's not that good anymore. Either scenario is very troubling for 49ers fans. What would you rather the case be? That he doesn't want to coach the Niners and is trying to get fired, or that he's legitimately not a good coach anymore? Either way, he's got to go unless he picks it up. The next, what's he got? 13, 12 games left. Let's see a good offense for a change. Let's see some creativity. I don't know what's going on, but ever since 2019, his offense has stunk.